everyone, and welcome to Modern Living TV. Today we are happily headed to the Metro South to check out the most exciting developments by property development giant Filinvest.
The Metro South is arguably the destination of choice for city dwellers who are looking to invest in properties that support the work-life balance lifestyle. With developments that champion green architecture, wellness, and quality time for the family, Filinvest City has created a wonderful, bustling community that you definitely want to experience and be a part of.
So join us as we get to know more about what Filinvest City has to offer.
From living spaces to living life beyond its confines.
This is your ultimate guide to modern living. Amidst the hustle and bustle of the city, our daily lives have become increasingly stressful. The taxing commute due to heavy traffic has become a constant reality. So, property giant Filinvest decided to embark on the task of embracing the global movement of green designs to better the lives of people. Filinvest City has impressively espoused a live, work, and play environment. It is bringing together a residential haven, a business central, a leisure destination, a learning and education zone, complete with a medical and wellness hub following a detailed master plan to address the needs of the city dwellers.
So around the world, young people are starting families, looking for healthier places to live. And the demands for socially responsible places is really on the rise. Great example of a green city would be Sydney, Australia. It's connected with its environment. People are out enjoying the outdoors all the time. And there's a real diversity of uses and parks that stitch the communities together. You know, another great example is San Francisco. Sydney and San Francisco, they kind of came about organically. And you have a lot of green spaces stitching together different neighborhoods. In Manila, it takes a stronger, focused effort. And I think that's what happened with Filinvest City.
Backed with over 4 decades of real estate development experience, Filinvest has brought together a dynamic team in its pursuit of a truly green development.
Filinvest, as in all of its projects, we always take into consideration the end users or the locators. So we always try to strike the best balance of the softscape and the landscape. Like what you see here in Filinvest City, you'd see very generous roads and very generous landscaping. Number one, we ensured that you don't feel cramped. We made sure that you have space to breathe, to move within. Very wide roads, very wide sidewalks wherein pedestrians can share the sidewalks with the bikes. We make it very convenient to all our locators. So what we did is to ensure that there's ease of movement within the city to hop around to the different developments within.
Let's find out what green architecture is and what the must-haves are in the master plan of Filinvest City to truly become green.
Well, green architecture, it's been around for a long time, actually. It's a sense of working with your environment and making the most of green spaces, of natural environments for healthy living. What we found in green communities that are very attractive to families, young folks who are moving in or around cities is convenience, green infrastructure, the ability to walk out and engage in parks and shaded walkways, the ability also to get around without all the congestion of the old urban areas. I'd say there are 3 must-haves. Great transportation, but not just for vehicles. This is about walkability, about bike paths, about ways of getting around, which lets you enjoy and immerse yourself into a community. You would also need wonderful parks, a greenway system that stitches together communities rather than just separating them apart. And the 3rd must-have is a whole mix of uses, where you bring residences and commercial activities, health, education, all these different things that people look for in everyday life within very, very close distances of each other.
Filinvest City has a thriving bird habitat, bike trails in the undeveloped portions, and tree-canopied road networks. On top of this, they are introducing lush landscape parks and bike lanes to further reinforce its stature of a green city. A developer must be committed to be able to come up with a truly green community, and Filinvest heeds the call. There are guidelines to follow and a certification to achieve.
LEED is a rating system that's used to register how well you can provide a sustainable project by having a ranking system where you can actually determine how sustainable a build-out would be. So they didn't develop the sustainable criteria, they just turned it into a ranking system so you can create, I guess, a level of green for the buildings you're working on. So that's where LEED ND came from. We have been working with Filinvest City on buildings, green buildings, throughout Metro Manila. Working with the LEED program, we went through a feasibility study to determine if Filinvest City met the minimum criteria. And through our quick analysis, we discovered there's a lot of things here that already were built to a sustainable level. And so from that, the success of the feasibility study, we actually turned it into a program. It's a two-step process. The first step is we go through what's called the planning phase, where we review the plan as it's being developed. From the planning phase, we receive a certificate that shows that we've met all the criteria, and if we continue to build out the space, we will be certified. So the next step is to finish the development. So as soon as all the buildings are constructed, then we would apply for certification. And that would take as long as development to be completed. So presently we're targeting to get a certificate for the planning part. And we should have that by early next year.
At the heart of this transformation is an innovative green belt, the Spectrum Linear Park, whose planning was guided by Singapore-based design firm ACOM. It is a foliage canopied close to 1 kilometer walkway accentuated by tree-lined landscape pathways, lighted seating areas, and stimulating outdoor art installations.
The future, we need to have more green, sustainable living places. As you know, climate change is here and it's real, and it's going to impact us in the future. And we can reduce our carbon emissions anytime we can park our car or not even own a car. Anytime we can walk to work versus taking transportation will definitely help the future of our planet. And I think what Filinvest City is demonstrating is that this is really what the city of the future would look like, by having all the amenities right here. And it certainly will attract the new workers of the future, and this city will be around for a very long time.
Filinvest City has introduced a shared zone where people can have fun and do outdoor activities that promotes the increase of bicycle use so people can have improved wellness. Filinvest City also features interactive street art along Promenade and Asian Drive.
Every Sundays from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. we close certain roads here. We call them shared zones, so you can do whatever you want. You can exercise, you can walk your dog, you can play with your kids. So it's a shared zone wherein families can get together. It's one of the features that I'm very much proud of. Us saying that we are the only garden city here in Metro Manila. To firm up that claim, we are introducing more open spaces. Actually, we have started to convert existing medians and made it into wider functional parks wherein people can walk and stroll. We have started to apply for LEED certification as well. So we'd be the first in the Philippines to achieve that soon, hopefully.
A livable, walkable green city where you can commune with nature while achieving more in life is a reality with Filinvest City.